Hey guys! Well, today we're going to be kind of talking about a little drama that's going down on YouTube. I guess it's been going down for a while, but apparently they both want to end it. And, here, the only way you can really figure out what side is telling the truth and what side is not is if you watch and listen to both sides with an open mind. That's the only way. If you have an open mind, you can actually make sense of the things that you are about to listen to. And that's what I did when it comes to the case of Anti-onision versus MrRepzion. Well, this one has its flaws on both sides. And really, we have two men. Both are trying to kind of dispute different accusations between each other. It's not just Repzion is telling lies about Anti-onision, and it's not just Anti-onision telling lies about Repzion. These accusations fall on both heads, and whether they're valid or invalid accusations, they're both being defended. And that is what we were looking at. The fact that it's not one man hating another, or one man hating, or the other man hating the first guy, it's that they're both men, they're both pretty good-sized YouTubers, and that they're both have valid points in this argument, but they both also have flaws. Which we're going to start with kind of both, but mostly we're going to start off really with MrRepzion. Well, you were playing clips and you were showing all that stuff, like the comments and the emails and stuff like that, a lot of it seemed to be really out of context. Like, you didn't show the sentence or two or three beforehand, like before it got to that part, which makes it seem kind of manipulative, because most of us have not seen it when watching your video. So, what you did there was very, very manipulative and very dictatorish. You were kind of controlling what we were and were not allowed to know beforehand. Like, what is the context of where this was at beforehand? Like, with the clip of the debate where it was about the rape, and you just showed where he was trying to get the guy to send him an example. And you're saying he gave the guy no time ahead to prepare for this debate. When really, if you're going to be hating on someone, you should really always have like a folder in which you keep screenshot examples, where you keep like files, like links to videos that show him doing wrong. You should always keep that stuff there. Because if you're going to start talking online in a video, it won't be long until something, especially with someone like Anti-onision, who likes to debate things and try to get together and talk it out, whether it's talking out or causing drama, that's for each individual person to figure out themselves. But you should always have a little bit of dirt on someone if you don't like them. If you're going to sit there and make videos, you have your information. I mean, where are you getting your sources from? You should always keep them on hand, constantly. You should have a folder that's just Anti-onision examples, Anti-onision evidence, 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 evidence. That's all we need. Is if you can pull evidence and have it on hand, like this guy failed to do, which he might have been given time ahead of time, but he didn't expect to be asked for an example. Which is why when you're about to go into something or do something that might cause you to end up in a debate, always have on hand your examples of why you are right, why you are wrong. Not really why you are wrong, but why the other person is wrong. Sorry, I messed up there. And always have something to cover your butt, like they're trying to turn it on you. Have evidence of yourself. Be self-sure that you could do it. Because I'm not just talking to you, Repzion, because I know you declined his debate invite, which I kind of would have too. But it's always interesting to see how they react face to face. And in your comment, when he was calling you a coward because you refused to debate, and you said, "Oh, are we breaking up?" Sigh. Okay, no. What you should have done is you should have just let that replied. Or you could have just said, okay. You didn't have to go into depth, and because he was trying to pull you into being childish. That's what he was doing. He wanted to have an example of you being immature. And what you did is you fell for the bait. You should never have done that. It makes you look very immature, even to your own audience. Don't do it. It's not right. It's not good for you. You're going to make yourself look horrible. And you did. I'm sorry to say it, but you cut yourself points there. It made you seem very amateur. It made you seem very amateur to the situation. So you should have just been the bigger man and let the whole thing drop, said okay, or whatever, or you didn't care. Because if you honestly don't want to be bothered by him, you shouldn't be letting this stuff affect you and have you make poor decisions on what you're replying. That's a fault. You can't take that back. You posted online, the internet has seen it. You have points taken off your record because of it, off your popularity record, because now people can't take you seriously during an argument, during a debate, during a video, because you took an immature step that you should never have done. Onwards is that I find it weird that you kind of blocked out all the pictures except for the one in which you are saying, except for the breakup one. We all know what Anti-onision looks like. We all know what you look like, but you blocked out every single picture up until that one comment, which makes me kind of think, since this obviously wasn't a YouTube thing, I have no idea what you were on, because I know you said email, but it doesn't look like email to me, but it could be. But you blocked out all but one, which makes me kind of think that this might have actually been photoshopped. It's a possibility. It could very well have been photoshopped. That you decided to redo all of that or make it all out of context or whatever it is you decide to do with it, come up with your own, make yourself look like a better person. But because you couldn't really get small pictures of what you or Anti-onision looked like, you ended up just doing blank black squares. And it's not that hard to find a format. Well, find what is it called? The font that is used in emails like that. And it could very well even Photoshopped. I use Photoshop myself as an artist. If you watch my speed paints, you'd know. And I can almost create that same exact effect with my Photoshop, which is why there's a possibility that what you did there might have been fake. It might have been Photoshopped to make you look like the bigger person. I'm going to stop ranting on MrRepzion for right now, and we're going to switch over to Anti-onision. Because like I said, they're both at fault here. Both of them had their immature moments. And if you watch Anti-onision, you know what I'm talking about when I bring up the sock puppet. Rep sock. Anti-onision, I know you're pushing 30. I know you're 27. I know you're a comedian. You try to do all of this for entertainment purposes, and you thought it'd be funny. But as funny as it kind of was, it was very rude and very immature. If he said no, if he did or did not, I don't know. I'm not going to take sides. But if he did say no, like MrRepzion says he did, and you got mad because he said no, creating a sock puppet and debating with it online is probably the most immature thing any of you could have done. And you were the one that ended up doing it. That makes you look also very amateurish. Makes it look like you can't handle not getting what you want. And yes, it was 4th of July. Yes, people need their time alone. Trust me, I know that you need alone time when you're with someone you're dating or you're married to or whatever. But on a holiday like that, where it's supposed to be like celebrating your liberty and your freedom and the freedom that you can, and you have the freedom to do the sock puppet stuff online because of what happened on 4th of July. 1776, if I got my facts right. And there spending time with your family on that day. You should have been taking the day to thank people who gave you this freedom to debate a sock puppet. It's like people today, which is 9/11, 2013, who are doing the hump day jokes instead of taking the time to realize that this is a very serious day in American history, just like 4th of July is. What else? Repzon, whatever your name is. Repzon, I can't pronounce things. Whether you did or did not write and call to Onasion's family, it don't matter. If you did, that is very wrong. That is classifies under stalker. And, well, you can go to jail for stuff like that. If you send too many letters, if you call too much, they can get a restraining order against you. They can do basically anything they want to get you in trouble if you are or are not doing that. But there is one thing that you did own up to doing, which is illegal in these 50 states. If you live in these 50 states, it's illegal here. And that is to post private information that does not belong to yourself online. And you claim and agreed, you said yourself, that you uploaded Onasion's private income files, which he said were from years ago and are now out of date, but money does not matter, that onto Tumblr. That is illegal on so many planes, because that is not your information to be giving out. Just like it's not legal to open up someone else's mail. It's invasion of privacy, and the fact that you even had those on your computer kind of gives point to Onasion's statement of you being a stalker. Because only a stalker would have something like that on there. On to the Steve Wilkins show, which involves TJ. And he was claiming that Onasion wanted to ham it up. Make it fake, make it ultra dramatic, probably get them both more watchers. But the thing is that you aired that clip to try to make Onasion look bad, but you aired a clip that held no proof with it. TJ should have been willing to screenshot and put in the information or that what he was reading off of. If Onasion really contacted him and said, hey, let's ham this up, let's make a big show out of it, they'll be really fake, lots of drama, he should have been willing to show proof. Like, that should have been the first thing he wanted to do. Like, oh my god, here's the proof of it all. But he didn't. Which makes it really fake. Because he could easily have been lying, trying to manipulate people, without showing the proof. Some people might believe him, some people might not. If you weren't going to try to persuade someone like me, who sits there with an open mind, you need the proof, honey. And Repzon, for even airing a clip like that, that's trying to accuse Onasion of something without proof, was a very, very wrong move. You should always have something that includes the proof. If somebody's going to be willing to do that, and to make a video accusing Onasion of something, and they don't have the proof, well, one, they shouldn't even really be making this video, because it's going to fall back on them. If they had the proof, they'd be in a more secure type of state of mind. And all of you, TJ, Repzon, Onasion, you should not swear in a video when you're trying to make yourself look better or another person look worse. Like, what is it? Or the voice phrasing. I know TJ said something that involved the F-bomb a few times, and if you're going to try to show someone something, Onasion probably does the best job most of the time when he's not swearing, and that's you try to use other words that do not involve swearing. There's like there's incompetent, there's Onasion actually has some poor examples, like he calls people retards and blah-de-blah-de-blah, but there's other words that you could use instead of that. Instead of the F-bomb, calling people a B, just calling people retards, that's really cruel. I have a friend whose little brother is special ed, and that is very insulting to people who know a special ed person. And using accurate terms, which I'm pretty sure Anti-onision pointed out to you, like the definition of a lunatic, narcissist, and a psychopath. The myth that involves around narcissists actually derives from this one son of, I think it was a nymph, and his name was Narcissus. I don't know, something Narcissus. Let's call him Narcissus, because it's close enough. And what happened was that his mom got a prophecy to never let him see a mirror because it'll be the end of his life. When he did finally see his reflection, he fell in love with it. And he would not leave the object in which was showing him his reflection. And because of that, he ended up being turned into a flower that could always see his reflection in the water. What Anti-onision is not really a narcissist. Yeah, he follows his own tag on Tumblr. I follow my own tag on Tumblr. I'm pretty sure you follow your own tag on Tumblr. And even though it might be the only thing he follows on Tumblr, because he probably doesn't even go on Tumblr for anything other than just so that he has that, like another social media. I have a Facebook, doesn't mean I go on it. I treat it like a Tumblr. I just reblog stuff. But people who are like in fandoms and stuff like that, no, yeah, they tend to follow other tags. But people who are only using it as a social media device, like people like probably like Shane Dawson, and even though I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Tumblr. Actually, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm not sure. So, whatever. Anti-onision, other such and such people who have a Tumblr just because it's a social media aspect and they're kind of required to have it by their YouTube partnership contract, blah, blah, blah. Well, you see, those type of people don't want to be on Tumblr to begin with. They have nothing really to look up on Tumblr besides probably their friends or family that they follow their blogs or whatever, if even that. They don't want to be on there. They don't want to do anything. So they just follow themselves to see if there's any new updates. Whatever. It's no big deal there. Oh. Okay. The screenshots. You were saying that when you first posted your comment about, I don't remember what it was on the live sharing or something like that, where you said you wish you would have gotten the screenshot of what you commented because you claimed he twisted your wording in Photoshop. Well, it should be second nature that if you're going to comment on something of someone who you have problems with and you're having drama with, you should always screenshot what you say. Always. Like the moment you hit that enter button, you should screenshot it. This way, if somebody does come and say, oh, well, you said this, and you know you didn't, then you have proof that you did no such thing. No such thing at all. Which is why that was your own fault there. You set yourself up for that. Sorry to say. But that was something you should have done ahead of time. And another question was, why were you there? You don't like Anti-onision. You guys have drama with each other and all this fun stuff. But yet you take an hour out of your day and watch him. He gets money per view. So much per view. So much per 500 views. And you're contributing to that. You're giving him his paycheck every month. Because you watch his videos. Because you take the time out of your life to watch his videos and hate on them. If you hate him, don't watch it because then you're not giving him money. You're taking away from his paycheck by not watching that video. Which is what you'd want to do if you hate someone. You don't want to have them make money because you hate them and you decide to watch their videos just to hate them. Things I don't watch. Things I hate, I don't watch. I don't watch Miley Cyrus music videos because I don't want to contribute to giving her money. I do not like her. Why would I want to contribute money to her? I do not like Justin Bieber. Because not that I don't like his music. I mean, he has a few good songs. But I don't like his philosophy. Just like I don't like Miley Cyrus's philosophy. I'm not sitting here hating them. I'm like, oh, Justin Bieber's a faggot. His music sucks. His voice is so high-pitched. Or Miley Cyrus is a... No. Okay, that has nothing to do with this topic. We're gonna drop that maybe for another video. But see what I mean? If you don't like him, don't watch him because he's making money after every video you watch. Oh well, I only viewed it once and I paused it in the beginning because I didn't want to, like, whatever. Some people say that, and they still get it. It still counts as a view. Don't do it. If you don't like him, don't do it. And Anti-onision, was this image photoshopped or was it not? I know you later released a full-page screenshot of the comments and many other comments that stated that Repzion wanted to debate you. But like I said earlier, it's very easy to manipulate a comment in Photoshop. People say, oh, well, it's not that easy. It's really hard. It's so easy. You can make it look like you never touched anything. Nothing. And it'll look so natural. And what you might have done is you might have Photoshopped it. I'm not saying you did, but you might have. And if you did, you could have Photoshopped it on the screen, on the big screenshot, and then crop that into a smaller format and posted that alone to make it seem like it was a real comment. That's your flaw. But without Repzion having a screenshot of what he claims he really posted, we cannot say that you Photoshopped it, or if you did not Photoshop it, it is in the air and will remain in the air for the rest of eternity. So we should close that. Men changing Repzion, it doesn't happen. Men have the same haircut from the time they're probably 16, if not younger, to the moment they die. I think my grandpa's had his haircut since he was about 16, 17, something like that. He still has it. He's 72. One of my old teachers, who's a guy, he ate the same cereal since he was 6. He's like 47. Men do not change. There is no way you can change a man. Have you ever heard the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater? Do you think that that one time losing that girl because of cheating is going to stop him? No. Think because he cheated on his wife, his first wife, and she got a divorce and took most of his money, that's going to stop him from doing it again? No. He's not going to change. They do not change. Just like men who beat their wives. They beat one, they're going to beat the next. And the one after that. I know this one firsthand because my aunt was in an abusive relationship. And that man, after she divorced him, got a new girlfriend, whose name will not be spoken. He beats her. Still. And somehow she stays with him. So, that just says a lot about men not changing. So, if you can't change him, because you're not gonna, he can't change you. I mean, neither of you are changing. He's trying to get you to go one way and apologize. You're trying to get him to see things in a new light. Neither of you are changing. If he can't change you, why do you think you can change him? It's not gonna happen. It's just not. So don't even try to change men. Like, the only people you could really change are women, and that's not when we're pissed off at another woman. Because once we hate a woman, we hate a woman. There's no stopping that either. But you're not going to change a man. You're not going to change him on the type of cereal he likes. You're not going to change him on the type of girls he likes. You're not going to change him on the type of hair he likes. You're not going to change him on his views. Political, social, domestic violence views, rape views. Oh, speaking of rape, Anti-onision. Yes, there is proof that you have been uploading rape jokes. I've been watching you for a really long time. And you are very funny and very entertaining. But, you see, nobody should joke about rape. No one, even if it's like for comedy purposes, which I can understand. You want to, haha, it's a laugh. It's very comical. But do you know what that does to some people? My best friend, whose name will not be spoken, was raped by her older cousin. Okay? So, imagine if she watched one of your videos. Imagine if another person who suffered through rape watched one of your videos. Like, I can understand trying to be comical about it, but you don't really put a warning up. Rape is nothing to joke about at all, ever. But if you're going to try to do a rape joke, you should always put a trigger warning. Put trigger rape mentioned, rape exaggerated, blah 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 blah. Nobody, just do it. Let people know that there's mention of rape. This way, people who were raped and they go to click your video, they're not surprised and given flashbacks and all that because you failed to warn them of what was in your videos. Yes. And I found a study. It's called When It Comes Down to Dominance, Males Are Like Dogs. I found this very entertaining. I will put a link in the description of this if you care to read it yourselves, fellow fans of YouTube drama. But it says that when males find themselves of more of a physical dominance, they tend to have a higher voice. The reason I'm bringing this up is because of when Repzion said that saying no to Anti-onision was the best feeling in the world, and if you noticed, his voice got a little higher pitched, which meant he was feeling more physically dominant because of what he did than Anti-onision. And it's quite obvious in how proud he was about saying no that was exactly how he felt. The thing is that what if he was bluffing? What if he was bluffing? What if they both were bluffing? Because Anti-onision raises his voice in a few parts too, trying to seem more dominant. Maybe one's bluffing, and if you bluff, you're gonna end up hurt because you don't know if the other person's bluffing. You can't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash. That is really all I'm gonna take this time to do. My thoughts on this are you both are at fault. You are both responsible for your words, for the accusations that are flying back and forth, and you both need to clean up your acts. Repzion, you say you're done talking about him. Make sure of it. Anti-onision, don't push him. You want this to be over with as much as the rest of us, and as much as he does. So if you really are trying to get him to start more drama, then you're really at fault here. But I'm giving both of you the benefit of the doubt and telling you to just stop. Stop trying to push each other. Stop trying to give each other drama. Repzion, don't watch his videos. Anti-onision, don't watch his videos. That's all you gotta do. Just don't watch each other's videos. Don't mind each other's existence. Forget each other exists. And you know what? If it comes down to it, and you guys can't, because you can't, let something drop, you could always, if you guys don't want to debate live, you could always just go on a private social media, like Skype or something like that, and talk things out. Come up with a clause, like, okay, we're not going to talk about each other, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. Both of you apologize for your accusations, say it's not going to happen again. Repzion, if you really talked about his family, apologize before this goes to a court and you end up in a lot of trouble for stalking. And you should take down or try to do as much damage control as you can when it comes down to his private files, because that's going to get you thrown in jail. If you guys have any more YouTube drama you guys want me to dig up and try to talk about, then let me know in the comments below. Send me a personal message, link me some videos. All good. It's Very Kitty signing off. See y'all later.